Okay, so this is actually not a vlog. If you want a vlog, just come back another time, probably tomorrow. But this is kind of, I don't know if you guys remember Sally, my friend who I met when I was in Split, Croatia. I'm actually here right now where I'm filming this. Can you come in the video? I caught you off guard.
I dare you.
Do you want me to close? Is it easier if this is out, or will it distract you if this is out?
I don't think so.
Huh? Okay. And if you make mistakes, I just cut and edit.
Okay.
You know? Okay.
Get the sweat off my face.
Yeah, it's been a long time here, but we're both super tired, but I was like, we gotta film something to kind of give value to you guys. And I get a lot of you all who ask me always about the female travelers, solo travelers, advice for traveling solo, and you've been traveling for like
11 months?
Yeah,
Or
it's
what month is
crazy.
it? Maybe a year.
a year traveling by yourself.
Yeah, did the first month with a girlfriend and then split off on my own. Best decision I ever made.
Really?
Yeah.
And you weren't like
easily.
nervous or nothing. I think a lot of people.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit. My sister had done it before, so I would definitely message her and asked her like if it was the right decision, and she just told me to 100% go for it, and I'm so glad I did.
Really?
It was easily the best decision of my trip.
And then like as a woman or girl, female traveler, like what are some things like you think, like what would people be, like people are nervous, like in hostels for example, when you're in a room with a bunch of people you don't know, like.
Yeah, I think if you just remember, I think like people intrinsically want to be helpful, so just you can't be scared to ask for help, or even if it's a littlest thing. Like I used to get nervous just asking for directions, but if you ask someone, it makes it so much easier, and they're usually really helpful, and they'll go above and beyond and probably recommend like good places to eat or give you like pro tips on like local things to do. So
And
yeah,
then-
I think if you just appeal to that side of people,
Really?
you'll never go wrong.
And you weren't nervous to approach, like if you're, for example, you arrive in a city, you don't know anybody, you don't speak the language, you got this big
Yeah.
bag, like you're not nervous, like you're, like what do you think, like in your mind
that's
is?
been like being solo has made people more like made me more approachable. So many people when I'm by myself with my bag come over to offer me help or something, and sometimes I've been on the defense and thought, you know, they're probably just going to try and scam me or get money out of me.
Yeah.
But like, for example, I had a taxi driver when I was in Albania, and he came up to me and offered me a taxi, and I was like, no, I'm fine, thinking he was going to be pushy, just kind of went to walk away really quickly, and he's like, where are you going then? And I told him I was going to another town, so that would like get rid of him, and he's like, oh, so you're going to the bus station, let me walk you to the bus station and show me where the bus station was, which was great, because I had no idea where I was going. And then like helped me cross the road as well, because you just walk in front of traffic there, which is terrifying, but he's like, come on, this is how you do it, and it was just really sweet. Like, didn't speak that much English, so a lot of this was just gestures and hand communications, but it was just really, really lovely. And I think, yeah, people know that you're by yourself in a new place, and so they're just really happy that you're there to see their country and are really willing to help.
And then like for example, like if you, like when you started out, like you were probably worried about a lot of things. If you're like a solo female traveler, you're like, oh, I'm about to do this by myself. What's one thing that you worried about, like when you first started out, that you realized like it's not that, like, you know, what was one thing that really scared you, like something that was really you're probably like,
God, there's so many things, and they were all turned out to be wrong. But
or
I
like
guess,
for example, what are some of them that you were thinking?
Getting lonely, or like my safety and meeting people, and all of that was just out the door. Like I've met so many people, made so many friends, like people that I've gone to visit again in their country since I've been traveling, and yeah, the loneliness really wasn't a problem. You're just constantly meeting new and interesting and amazing people, and I've never felt unsafe either. Like it's just, like I said, people are so happy to help you, and it's just, yeah, it's actually really heartwarming when you kind of put yourself out there and take the risk, because you just see, I don't know, it's very much restored my faith in humanity.
Really?
Very much.
And then do you, when you're traveling, do you prefer like hostels, Airbnb, hotel?
I almost always do hostels, sometimes couch surfing as well.
Are you nervous during couch surfing, as like when you're traveling, like you're solo and you don't know anyone?
I've had like 50-50 good and bad experiences.
Really?
So yeah, and that was checking the reviews and everything, and like with flawless reviews, and then I just had, yeah, not great experiences, but yeah, that's probably steered me more towards doing hostels.
Really?
Yeah, but the meetups on couchsurfing I found were really great. Like that's a really good way to meet people if there's no one in your hostel, or if you don't like the people in your hostel.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I think like hostels are like to meet people. Like people are scared though. Like I think people are like, yeah, I'm by myself. What if I'm in a room with like a lot of guys? Like remember the hostel, you're in full of guys.
Yeah,
So
and it's totally fine.
In the beginning, did it bother you?
No, I guess no, not at all. Though I understand why it would bother some people completely.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of places do have all-girl rooms if you want to book that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And then what's something else I can? This is all I've kind of like. I didn't like pre-plan any questions or anything. And so if you were talking to someone who was thinking like I've never traveled before, I want to come to Europe or anywhere because you've been to outside of Europe, Albania, all that kind of stuff. What would you say to them? Like if you're talking to her right now, she's watching, she's like, I want to travel, but I'm nervous. I don't know. I've never done this on my own. What would you say to them? Like if you had one like last kind of advice to say.
What's the worst thing that can happen?
Yeah, and with open mind, kind of as well. Like you always.
I just kind of go in expecting anything, and then nothing can really go wrong.
Really?
But I don't know. It's just if I'm ever scared about doing something, I'm always like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
You know, like I'll go and I'll have a bad trip, so it won't be the best fun, and that's like not the end of the world. They still went to a new country and experienced new things. Like they didn't have the best fun, but it was still an experience. So yeah, that kind of makes me take the leap on a lot of decisions that I'm wavering on.
And you feel like stronger as you kept going? Like you felt like you got more.
Yeah, it kind of makes me realize that, you know, there isn't really like that. Yeah, the worst things that can go wrong. Obviously, I don't know, could die one day, but I've died doing
everyone's going
something
to.
that I really enjoy doing. So.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing. Okay, if you had to talk to yourself like a year ago, right before you went to travel, it's the night before, the night before you start traveling, you start to think of all this kind of stuff. If you could go back in the past and tell yourself one thing, like you could just tell yourself something before you travel, what would you say to yourself? If you had one sentence, let's make it even harder.
Oh God, okay.
On the spot. None of it was
one
planned.
sentence.
One sentence. You get to send one text message to yourself the night before you're about to travel by yourself for the first time. Knowing all that you know now, what would you say?
Oh, that's really hard. Okay. Don't put off doing something. Like, just go all in and jump right in. Don't put off doing something that you've been wanting to do. Especially, I think I put off things that I was scared might be a letdown, and so I didn't want it to be that. And you know, when you hype things up so much, and it's just so stupid. There's no reason to be scared and put things off and waste time like procrastinating. Just if you want to do something, do it.
Okay, that was so good. That was so good. That was good, and that was literally like nothing was planned. Like we were here just enjoying looking around here. I was like, "Hey, Sally, come here. Let's make this video for everyone."
Let me put sunglasses on.
Yeah, nothing.
I barely slept. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so that's kind of it. I hope that like brought some value to you guys, especially female travelers. So I get like you guys emailing me and leaving comments. So I hope that really helped you. Thank you, Sally.
My pleasure.
And I don't know if they want me to link anything, but if they do give me an Instagram or something like that, I'll link it in the description below. But really hope they helped you guys out. Like I say, this isn't a vlog, not even sure what I'm doing. I'll probably post one tomorrow. Like if it's anything hectic like it's been the last couple of days, it's gonna be in a couple of days, there'll be one. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and everyone always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile. Ciao. Say bye.
Bye. That's such a good sign off. I'm not following that.
Ciao.